Okay, so today we received the letter from the ACT government regarding the Dharma scheme. So this financial year, from 1st of July 2019, the aim is that they're gonna approve 100% nomination applications, which means no one can lodge. They want aim 0 refusals on nomination, Canberra nomination. Because really, someone who is not meeting the requirements should not submit in the first place, right? Because the occupation list and the system is right simple. So what do we mean by matrix? So Canberra has its own system. Let me click this one for you. So Canberra has its own system for 190, okay, 190. Which means if someone wants to stay in Canberra, they don't necessarily need to do the normal way of expression of interest through skill select. Skill select must be done, first of all, through other occupations, other states. But Canberra has special rules for this one. If you are doing, you can of course lodge your skills expression of interest through normal skill select. You can do that as you wish. But if you're doing this way, if you're doing under the Canberra Matrix system, you are more likely to be invited, which is awesome, isn't it? So the current higher rank candidate will be picked up. Last year, most of the people, if they get 0.65, they are likely to be invited. Lots of them got invited when they hit the 65 points. So how the point system is entirely different to the normal 190 system. Let me quickly go through this one with you. So let's see, first of all, what change will we have from 1st July? So previously, you can see on the right column that currently from 1st of July, we'll have a few change in terms of how many points being awarded for specific category and what is the minimum requirement. So presently, that the minimum requirement for residential requirement, it's if you're onshore in Australia, that it's a 12-month residential requirement. But now it has reduced to 3-month residential requirement, meaning if a student who has been studying in Canberra area, ACT area, then they are likely to be, to be able to meet the criteria of Canberra Matrix. So point will be awarded accordingly towards their own category. First of all, if someone is, it's in a Canberra ACT resident, previously the maximum points awarded for this one is 20 points. Now, if you live there for more than 5 years, you'll be getting another 5 points. For ACT employment skill level, okay, if your skill is in a skill 1 to 3, then you get 5 points. If your occupation is none of that, you cannot get any points. All right, so. But if you have a job offer or employer-sponsored visa, then you can get 15 points. So basically, if you're a student who live there for 2 years, by simply have your occupation on the open occupation list and study there for 2 years, you got 30 points, which means you can just lodge your Canberra Matrix. More than that, your study will be calculated towards your points as well. So study and residential requirement, they are totally different, okay? You can add it together. So if someone is studying Canberra University for 2 years at master level, and they stay there, of course, for that 2 years, so they can be awarded 20 points for that, plus the occupations, open occupation list, then will be 40 points in total. So it's really, really looking good. For overseas applicants, they always have some option for them. If you have a parents or ties of family ties in Canberra, then you get points, 5 points. If they are temporary resident, meaning that on student visa or whatever visa, you can get 5 points for this one. So if you work in an open occupationist, you get 15%. Okay. Now, if so for overseas applicants, your partner, your spouse, your wife or husband can be awarded additional points if they have a English competent, which is English IELTS 6 on each band, or they currently working. So the idea behind this is really they want someone who's really get some ideas. They working in that industry and they be able to secure job after visa is approved. Because according to statistics, a lot of permanent visa holders in Australia, they really can't. They don't do the jobs that they were nominated in the first place. So it's really tragic. Now we're gonna go back to this is a point system. You can have a look. It's online. The link it's on the comment below. You can just find a link. If you have any questions, send an email to me. Now we're gonna go back to this change of our occupation list. We have more occupation lists, which is really good. Let's have a look. So we have some occupation lists that change from closed to open, which means really good, isn't it? So open occupation is better and closed is not that good. So we have changed a lot of occupation now, changed from closed to open. And that's another list for you to have a look. That's currently, this is really good one. They introduce new occupations. So if your occupation is on that list, you can potentially apply for Canberra Matrix, meaning that you have higher chance to be invited for Canberra nomination. All right, this is today's summary. If you have any questions, throw me an email or check the link below or just subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.